D.C. leaders squared off on Capitol Hill today. Some Maryland Democrats sided with Republicans in the debate over whether D.C. should spend its own tax dollars for a new Commander Stadium.
Today, the House Oversight Committee advanced a bill that would essentially clear the way for D.C. to build that stadium on federal land in Southeast. Our chief investigative reporter Eric Flack was there to listen in and joins us tonight.
Yeah, and Flack, we know it seems that this was less about giving RFK that land to D.C. and more about public funding for sports stadiums, right?
Yeah, a lot of public funding debate going on here at the House Committee on Oversight and Accountability. And, you talked about some Democrats were siding with Republicans. So there was a lot of Republicans siding with Democrats, too. It was pretty funny. I talked to a staff member here, and they told me it was one of the most interesting hearings they had ever been a part of up on Capitol Hill, because the alliances has nothing to do with Republicans and Democrats. But the mayor of D.C. did end up being on the other side of a big difference of opinion with two very prominent Maryland congressmen, including one from Montgomery County.
House Resolution 4984.
Late Wednesday, the House Oversight Committee passed the RFK Memorial Stadium Campus Revitalization Act in a rare bipartisan vote, 31-9. The bill would extend D.C.'s lease with the federal government for the RFK site for up to 99 years and expand how the site can be used, including for a new Washington Commanders Stadium. But after Pennsylvania Congressman Scott Perry offered an amendment which would have prohibited the use of public money by D.C. government to help build that stadium, which is how most NFL stadiums end up being built, Maryland Congressman Jamie Raskin, who represents Montgomery County, surprised many, including D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser, by supporting that proposal.
We've been hearing from people around the country and in Washington about opposing public dollars going for the construction of a new stadium. And I think that's why people are torn about it. Obviously, we always support D.C. in the exercise of its rights. The difference here is that this is about the disposition of federal land. And so we're setting a precedent for the use of federal land.
Mayor Bowser suggested Raskin was trying to handcuff the district's bid to bring the Commanders to D.C. The team's current stadium, FedEx Field, is in Maryland. Maryland Congressman Kwesi Mfume of Baltimore also voted in favor of prohibiting D.C. from using public funds for a Commanders Stadium. The amendment ultimately failed, though, 24-13.
Do you think that conversation about this public funds and stadium comes back up?
It may come back up. It may come up in Maryland. It may come up in any state that is considering investment in professional sport. We know it's an active conversation. In what I did find strange is we know that, in other jurisdictions, they actually have stadium authorities where they regularly collect tax dollars to invest in pro sports in the region, for example.
Yeah, what she was referring to is the Maryland Stadium Authority. I think she was hinting that it's a little ironic that two congressmen from Maryland were advocating against public dollars for stadiums. The Maryland Stadium Authority pours hundreds of millions of dollars into stadiums in Baltimore, including the Ravens Stadium and the Orioles Stadium. So, but the bill moves forward. It's going to the House now. It'll work its way through the House, through the Senate. We'll keep an eye on whether that public sports funding debate comes back up again. But other than that, guys, the first hurdle is cleared. Back to you.